Have you been searching for a show that takes your feelings of existential dread, takes your questioning on who you are as a person, what's going on inside your head, what's going on in the world around you, takes your feelings of paranoia, takes your feelings that maybe you don't belong, maybe there's a bigger purpose in everything going on around you, takes all of those and personifies it in a way that you could not fathom to be displayed in such a perfect way. Have you been searching for something that'll give you a feeling of meaning in the world? Give you something to make you feel like maybe you're not as alone as you thought? If you have, then I'd recommend watching all four seasons of the USA television show called Mr. Robot. How's it going, everyone? I decided to come at you with a nice quickie here on why you should watch Mr. Robot. The show, man, where do I start, right? So, the performances in the television show are amazing from all the actors who are involved. Rami Malek plays good old Elliot, the main character of the series. Now, I'm not going to provide any spoilers on, what's going on with the series, but I will tell you a quaint little story that the story is focused on this one character and his ability to perceive the world around him, and also the feeling that he needs to use his abilities to change the world. Elliot is a very tech-savvy guy, as some would say. He's a computer hacker who tends to use his hacking abilities to dive into the lives of people through social media, through any sort of online presence that you have. I mean, these days we always talk about how it's. I'm sorry, the show is just so good. We always talk about how our presence on social media or our presence on the internet is so hard to scrub away, and you can find out so much about a person now through looking up what they do online, right? So, for example, Elliot will meet a person. Let's say someone that he sees in a coffee shop, someone that he sees walking through, someone who he interacts with in his life, and instantly he can perceive that this person has some sort of secrets that they're hiding, and he always tries to crack the persona that they put off. He always tries to see what's behind the walls that they put up and see who they are as a person. And whenever he finds out that someone is committing some sort of illegal activity, something that you wouldn't consider to be moral, he himself takes what he perceives to be the moral high ground and will try to get that person to either change, or he reveals who they are to the world. And so the story, of course, takes off from there into bigger and better things. But there are several characters in the show that are amazing. Elliot's sister is a very good example of a character who shows a very good contrast to the way that he acts in the show. Elliot's a very reserved person. He's very, very introspective. He's very introverted. He's alone most of the time. He spends a lot of his time in solitude at home. He goes to work. He puts on a face for work to exist around people, but he doesn't associate with people very much. He has all of these moments where he just needs to figure out what he's going to do with his life, what he's going to do with his abilities, and it dives into that really, really well, and I enjoy how well they dive into all the personalities of all the main characters in the show, and how each character has at least one moment where they take a look at their life and see what's the bigger purpose and things, like what is their bigger purpose in the grand scheme of things. And it just meshes so well. Like, all the performances in the show are very amazing. The cinematography in the show is amazing. Like, there's money in that TV show, I'll tell you that right now. There is a lot of good money in that TV show. So also, I mean, like, the guy who plays Trevor in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know, the bungee jumping guy who was like, Hillary, will you marry me? That guy is also in the show, and he's also a character that's very interesting to see. Like, that guy gives a great performance. One of the actors that I personally really enjoyed in the show was Grace Gummer. I'd seen her in like a few like comedies here and there. Like she's like one of those actors that you see kind of like in passing, so to speak, where she shows up in, you know, some movie that you're seeing, but you're not like focused on that character, so it's like, oh, you know, I recognize that girl. But her performance in the show was amazing. It also turns out that she apparently is the daughter of Meryl Streep, so hey, Hollywood. Yeah, so, I already mentioned Rami Malek's performance being brilliant in the show. Who else? Yeah, well, Christian Slater, of course, is amazing throughout the entire throughout the television series. Yeah, there are a lot of like random big names that are in the show. Like, Joey Badass is a character in the show, like, and it's not like a cameo sort of thing, or you're just like, oh man, I listen to that guy's music. It's literally like he's a character for like a good while in the show. BD Wong gives a brilliant performance. BD Wong from Law and Order SVU, one of my favorite television shows. Yeah, you have all kinds of like cameos from people who I believe were either somewhat known through their like performances in other shows and then had their kind of like breakout moments in this show, or people who had their own television show that they were like pretty famous for, television show or some sort of media that they were like famous for at the moment, and they got like cool cameos in the show, like Rami Youssef from the show Rami on Hulu. He shows up and he gives a very interesting performance as a character for a while. Craig Robinson from The Office, he's also there. You know, Daryl. Even Young M.A., you know, has a bit of a performance in the show. So yeah, Mr. Robot, watch it. And like, if you have any questions or want to like talk about this show, talk about some of the amazing things that happen in this show, please let me know. You know, if you actually like listen to this and are inspired to watch all 4 seasons, because all 4 seasons are on Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, I believe, is the only place that's streaming the show right now. So if you have a subscription to Amazon Prime, you know, just pull up Amazon Prime Video, find Mr. Robot, and bust through all 4 seasons. Believe they are 10 episode seasons, hour-long episodes. So if you are interested, check it out. Come back to me and let me know what you think. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys, because, you know, I'm trying to do the YouTube thing, trying to get this going, trying to put my heart and soul into all of this. So let me know how you feel. and watch Mr. Robot. You'll come out of it a different person. I sure did.